I'm Mr. Brown. I'll be your teacher for Algebra 1, as you probably figured out already, right? It's going to be fantastic and awesome. I have a goal. I want everybody to pass. So Julia's like, well, then you're the one recording the grades. Why don't you just give us all an A, right? Right, Julia? Yeah. Because it doesn't work like that. Darian, one of the worst things that a teacher can do is give you a grade you don't deserve. If I gave you an A and you didn't deserve an A, that means you go to the next class, you're like, man, I'm an A student. You think that what you're doing is perfect and that you know what's going on, but you don't. It'd be almost, well, actually, in some ways, it's worse than like giving you a grade you don't deserve the other way. Like, let's say you deserve a B and you get a C. That's just not fair, but it doesn't really hurt you. So one of my most important jobs is to make sure you get the grade you deserve. So by getting everybody to pass, I got to get you to learn. Yeah, so, man, if you want an A, that means that you have like complete total mastery. Like, you were only here in summer school because you couldn't control yourself last year. You know what's going on. That's what an A would be. And a B means like you only mess up a little bit, but you got it. You just make some little detail mistakes. And a C means like you can approach all the problems, but you get a little bit messed up. And a D, you're almost there. And I don't have any Fs on there because we don't want any of those. So you got to get at least a D to pass so you get credit so that you can be on track to graduate. Right, Darian? But I'm not saying, I don't even want that. Those are the three I want. And I will help you to get those three. I know it's going to be really tough for some of you because some of you are probably here because math's really hard and it's very confusing, and you probably say, I don't get it a lot, right? See that phrase right there? Can't say it in here. You cannot say it in here. Against the law. If you're confused, you have to tell me what you don't get. When the student says, I don't get it, 100% of the time, they're avoiding it. They're just like, oh, I don't want to try that. I don't get it, mister. It's an excuse not to. So if you're going to be thinking like this, this isn't the place for you. Because here, we are all going to learn and we're going to do really well. It's going to be fun. It's going to be difficult. But yeah, it's going to be all right. I'm kind of excited about Darian. Darian's going to get an A. He's going to work really hard. Right? Yeah. So that's my goal. I want everybody to pass with at least a C. I think one thing that's really cool that could happen is if you can pass with a good grade, then that means you'll have learned how to learn. And then that translates outside of this class. Translates to all your classes. So that's my hope. We'll see how that goes. All right. We have long days. Boy, 8 hours a day for 10 days. How many of you guys are going to be here for both semesters? Like you have this semester and next. So you guys have 80 hours with me. That's a lot of time. That's like prison. Right, Mia? Don't talk to the strays in the hall. They're strays. Just ignore strays. They're unwanted and unloved, just like all strays. Kids wandering the hall don't belong anywhere. It's sad. Yeah. Don't feed them. They might just leave them alone. So, those of you who just have the first semester, we have 10 days. Oh, wait. We have 10 days, 8 hours a day. That's 80 hours for the first semester, 160 for both. That's a long time. Dang. Whew. So in order for this to work out well, in order for us to all pass, we have to get along. I would think, right? Because if we're in here for 8 hours and we're not getting along, it's going to be ugly. Blood will probably be spilled, right? When we want to get along. No? Yeah? I mean, I think right, Jacob? Getting along would probably be a good idea, right? I think getting along would help. So we got to have some ground rules. so the way things are going to work. I want to make sure you guys know how everything's going to work so you know what to expect so that it's all good. So some ground rules for you and some ground rules for me. Yeah, Mia? Okay. The first one, you can't be tardy. So when we start class, you got to be here. Okay, and I'll tell you how grades are going to work in a minute, but that's actually going to be part of it. You also can't miss. If you miss one day, your chances of passing are pretty low. If you miss 2, you will be removed, like officially. You lose your money that you paid and you're gone. You can't miss 2 days. And you can't miss the last day. The day of finals, you can't miss that day either. So you got to be here, you got to be on time. All right? Okay. I'll be here. Here's my end of the deal. It might seem silly to you, but I'll be here, I'll be on time, and I'll be ready. I won't like make up work for you to do. Like, oh my God, it's like 8:30 and we're ready, it's already tight. I just give you a worksheet for the day. I won't do that. I always make sure that whatever I'm doing is designed to help you so you can pass. So that's my end of the deal. Does that make sense? Okay. Phones. Yeah, look, it's an 8-hour day, and I will actually there will be times during the day you can use your phone during class. Like, okay? But during the times when you can't have it. So when you can't have your phone out, cannot have your phone out is like when we're doing a lesson, so like you're learning something, when you're doing your homework or a quiz or a test, can't do it then. If you finished, like, here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna give you a lesson, I'm gonna give you some practice. When you're done with your practice and you've come and shown me that you've got it, and then between that time when you finish until we start the next lesson, you can kind of chill a little bit. It's 8 hours. So some of you guys, you might get done really quick. And yeah, so make sense? All right. Oh yeah, bathroom breaks. Only one time have I had a student get in big trouble, like serious trouble in school, and they were not out of the classroom. There was a kid that was dealing drugs in class. Yep, cops came in and arrested him in class. I used to teach right next door in the classroom right behind me. And he was sitting in the back, and they came in and they arrested him right in front of everybody. Every other time somebody's gotten in trouble in class has been when they have been going to the bathroom. We have bathroom breaks. That's when you can go to the bathroom. So you're not going to go play basketball for the whole 15 minutes and then show up to class, Mister, I got to go pee. I'm sorry. You should have gone during your break. What if there's an emergency? There aren't any. If there really is an emergency, like you're sick or something, just come tell me ahead of class. Like, hey, Mr. Ron, I'm kind of like, had some bad carne asada. It was like really old and tasted good, but I ate it. I shouldn't eat it. And then, because I'm reasonable. Make sense? Yeah? Okay. So then being patient. So being patient. So if you're doing something wrong, I will try to be very nice about how I direct you. So let's say that somebody's like throwing trash on the floor, which the floor is pretty clean for high school. I'd like to keep it clean because I don't want I don't want the room to be all trashed and nasty. So like if Darian just tearing papers apart and throws them on the floor, I'll try to be very nice when I ask him to not do that and to fix it. I'll try to be very nice. So Darian, though, in return, should also be gracious and say, okay, I'm sorry, I won't do that. I don't have a whole lot of rules, like they're very few, and they're all designed to help you do better. But I'm gonna need a little patience because about 2 months ago, I was in a really bad accident and literally almost killed me, and I am still recovering from a concussion, and I get really grumpy. So that's not very good to be, a good way to be. I'm not making an excuse. I will try very hard. So if you're doing, if you flip your lid and I'm not talking, it's because I'm counting. Calm down. So, yeah. So we all got to get along. Very important. All good on that? Questions, anybody? No? Okay. All right, so now let me tell you how you're going to get your grades. There are these categories. Tests, quizzes. Whoa. We're going to call it homework, but it's actually going to be done during class. And Jacob's favorite. Jacob, did I spell that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? The thing I hate about writing on the board is that if you spell something wrong, it doesn't give you a little red squiggly line underneath it. You know what I mean, Mia? No autocorrect. So here's how it's going to work. 40% of your grade comes from tests. That's a lot. But I will help you make sure you're ready. Some of you guys are shaking your head like, oh God, no. I'm telling you, oh God, yes. You will not, you will have to pass tests. And quizzes are 25, and the classwork is 25, and then this last one is 10. So this is kind of an ironic statement from me because a lot of you guys were my students, but I feel like I am a good teacher. If you just try, I will not pass you just because you tried. If you just try though, you will learn and you will pass of your own merit. Like, there is no doubt in my mind. It is something I believe as strongly as I believe that if I drop this, it's going to fall. When I very, very first year teaching, I had a student and he was literally mentally retarded. Like, that was the medical diagnosis. So this kid he's probably 30 now, but he will never live on his own. He will always need care. Like, he will always need somebody to take care of him. He can't even tie shoes. He has to have Velcro. Like, has to have Velcro. And I saw him like a couple weeks ago with his dad putting money in the ATM. So this kid, he's 30, he still lives with his parents, and not because he's lazy, because he has to. When his parents die, he'll have to go to a facility and live, right? He passed Algebra 1 without accommodations. And it's not like he had like some special gift because he had something wrong with his brain. No, he could barely think and he could pass. All you gotta do is be organized and try. Well, that reminds me. You don't have to try your very best every day. But if you're having a bad day, you still gotta try. Like maybe you got yelled at by your mom before coming to school. You're all sad, upset, whatever. Or maybe you stayed up way too late and you're really tired or cranky. Or maybe it's something really bad, like maybe you just found out like your grandma is sick and dying. All those things make you not want to work, right? But even when you're having those kinds of bad days, you still have to try. You don't have to try your best, but you do have to try. So if you try, you will learn. And if you learn, you will pass the tests and the quizzes. And it's not going to be a problem. So on tests, I am going to let you make a single piece of paper for notes that you can use on your tests. And we'll actually do that during class time. So you'll go through your notes and you'll be like, okay, I need to know this, I'm not very good at that, whatever, and you can use that on your test, right? Quizzes, we'll have a quiz every single day. At the end of the day, we'll have a quiz and you can use any notes you have with you. Sometimes I'll even do quizzes where I'll let you guys work in groups of 3. And you could pick the other 2 people you would work with. So you work in a group of 3, everybody turns it in, everybody gets graded for right or wrong, right? Okay, sometimes not though. And sometimes if a quiz is really bad, I'll give you a chance to fix it. So let's say you take a quiz and you get like a 2 out of 900. Oh boy, that'd be bad. 900 points, I want to grade that. Anyway, so you get a bad grade. Sometimes if you show me that, hey, I messed this up, this is what I did wrong, I'll give you a chance to correct it for partial credit or something. And then classwork is going to be based on completion. A lot of times what we're going to do is we're going to have a homework assignment, and I will have you guys grade it in class, and you'll turn it in. And if it's graded correctly, you get full credit. So you'll likely mark what's wrong and take notes on what you did wrong, and you'll get credit for that. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal. And then participation. Don't be a mamon, right? Show up on time. Don't be a jerk, right? Just one thing though, if you are like helping other people, I'll actually give you like some extra points in that category. So like, let's say you finished your work and she's having a really hard time and she needs help and you're willing to help her, then I would give you extra points for participation. Yeah. Any questions so far? All good? Yeah? All right. Julia? Yeah?
What type is lunch?
Oh, I am so glad you asked. Oh my goodness. I even made notes of all, I mean, that's super important. I even made notes of all the stuff I'm supposed to talk about. And I left it over there. One of the things I was supposed to talk about is the schedule. Man. Okay. I do have a concussion and my memory isn't so great. I forgot. And lunch is my favorite part of the whole day. Check this out. You see that board over there? On this board over here, I've got the daily schedule written right here. These are the times that, right? So at 9:45 we get our first, at 9:30 we get our first break, we get lunch at 11:15, and then so on, right? And then also I have written down what we will be doing during those times, and I'll have that every single day. So you know, hey, this is what we got going on today. To me, I like knowing if I was a student, I would very much appreciate knowing what's happening. Like it would make me much more comfortable. And then over here, this is what we'll be doing every single day for the entire 2 weeks. So that way you can have an idea at any time where we're at and what's happening next. What do they give you do they give you breakfast? Yeah? Okay. Huh. There's a class pet in that glass tank over there. It's a snake.
Can we touch it? No.
Well, at some point, yes. Right now, it's getting ready to shed. So later, you'll get a chance to go see it. It's all milky looking. It's not, yeah, it's getting ready to shed. And then after it sheds, we'll feed it a mouse during class. It'll be fantastic. It's cool. Yeah. All right.
Are you sure it's still in there?
Yeah, I just saw it. It might get out, though. Michelle can't get out. And even if it could, it couldn't hurt you. It's not poisonous. Snakes have almost no defense mechanisms at all. The only thing they can do to protect themselves is scare you. And they're really good at it. I don't know why we're so afraid of snakes. There's no reason. You could just step on it and kill it. They're slow. They don't even have hands, much less thumbs. So they can't like text or anything. And they're worthless. Okay. Now, I have stuff over here for you guys. So everybody's going to need a folder. That way you can just keep track of your stuff. And then every day, I'm going to help you guys take notes. Like, I'm going to help you learn how to take notes well in math. So we're going to use white paper for it. And there's pencils and pens and erasers. Oh, hi, Alize. And all that kind of good stuff. So at the end of every day, you'll take the day's notes and you'll staple it together and you'll just put it in your folder. And then you can put that little folder in the basket under your chair. Yeah? Does that make sense? Yeah, Julia? Okay. Julia, why do girls always go to the bathroom in groups of 3?
I don't know.
Because they can't even. All right. So go get a folder, get some paper, get a pencil if you need one.